Hello, and welcome back to Smart Martial Arts, the YouTube channel where we go over everything martial arts. In this video, I'm going to be taking a prompt from a speech that I gave today, and also we're going to jump back a little bit from I think it's a questions video, where I brought up cross-training and how I think you should do it. The speech part of this is I did a speech today of 1, should you do martial arts? Obviously the answer is yes, I'm not going to say no to that. And then 2, if you already do them, should you cross-train? And the answer is yes, and we're going to get into that in a second. Obviously, we're downstairs back in the gi, feels comfortable, but we're not going to do all that. It doesn't really matter. So the first reason I have to do cross-training or multiple styles, whatever you want to call it, is if you do 2 styles, you have the availability to compensate one style's, lack of something. For instance, if you do Muay Thai, it's a very big stand-up. It's probably one of, in my opinion, the best stand-up martial arts. But they don't do a whole lot of takedowns, at least in my style, or the way that I learn it. We don't do takedowns in my class. So if you do Muay Thai, but you want to learn the ground, you can do Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. So now you have stand-up and ground. But let's say you want to go even further than that, and you want to be able to transition to the ground in your own way. Well, I guess you can do Judo, or any other style that goes to the ground or does takedowns. So you can complete the cycle. And kind of with that complete the cycle part, you have the full potential of martial arts, where there's all of these thousands of different martial arts where some of them lack, some of them combine different things. But if you combine everything that one style misses, you're going to get the full potential of every martial art. And you're going to be able to do groundwork, stand-up, takedowns, defense, offense, blocks, strikes, kicks, everything if you do multiple, if that's the way you want to go for it. Or if you want to do like 3 or 4 different stand-up things, be really good at that. Or opposite, do 2, 3, 4 ground ones. Kind of up to you however you want to do. Or just a bunch of takedown ones. Whatever you want to do. Or weapons. Again, you choose. It also kind of along with that, martial arts over the years and over the hundreds of years has evolved. So if you do multiple styles, you can kind of stay with the evolution of martial arts. Like karate is way back in the day, and Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu is slightly more up to date. I don't know how true that is. I'm talking out of my ass right now. But you get the history there. You get more of what's common now. And especially with that, the evolution, most fights, for the most part, will end up in the ground. I don't have any real evidence of this other than the fact that the state trooper I know, the Shihan, all 4 of his fights he's had on the job have all ended up on the ground. And because he's been there so long, he is comfortable down there. So he knows what to do from there. So that's one big reason. The other, just kind of a real life example, is, I don't know who it was. I think it was Renzo Gracie in the UFC. But one of the people in the Gracie family, when it first, started, went to the UFC and just swept the floor, because all they would do is go down and then no one knew ground stuff, so they would just constantly win and win until someone was like, oh shit, hey, in order to defeat this, we have to kind of join them and learn ground fighting. So at some point, they were like, oh, let's incorporate it. So you have that kind of the same thing as well, but that's more of why I think you should do Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu if you do a stand-up. I'm not going to get into that. And then the last reason I have, if you teach or you do stuff like I do, where I'm not very shy about it, and I talk about it all the time because I have nothing else that I do in my life, that's kind of sad, but that's just kind of the way it is. You can talk about it more. You have more experience, more knowledge to bring up if you teach, because some things may make sense. Like in karate, you kick with your foot, and Muay Thai, you kick with your shin. So teaching, talking about it like the way that I do in classes or with my friends or people who are interested in it, it's a really big help if you want to start doing that. But other than that, this is a really quick video, but other than that, I think that's all I can come up with. If you guys have any reasons why you don't want to cross-train, or you do cross-train, or anything you think that I forgot, of course, leave that in the comments below. Other than that, like, comment, subscribe. I will see you guys in the next one. Have a good one.